This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, it's your old pal. Well, yesterday I couldn't wait and I went up to the Bearded Brown Coat up in Ocala, and I could not wait because I had to have, yeah, you got it, Warhammer Quest, Cursed City. Now, I'm filming this on Sunday, but you'll probably see it later in the week here. Nightwars. I was excited. It's the first expansion for a Warhammer Quest game in how many years? Quite a few. Okay, quite a few. Some of you weren't even born last time, one of those cool expansions. But this is a bit of a head scratcher. So without further ado, let's go down to the table, check it out, then we'll come back on the other side and I'll talk about, which is, as much as I'm excited about this, is as much as it's making me scratch my head. So let's go take a look and head down to the table. So here we have Cursed City, and the thing about it that really stands out here is you're going to get a new quest book, a bunch of different things, but you know, when I went up to my good friends at Bearded Brown Coat, they showed me this box and they said, hey, you know, are you sure you don't want that? Because, you know, I had to run up there yesterday and get this because I was so excited. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I ran up there and got it. But they said, you cannot play this unless you get these miniatures. And these miniatures are about $200. So not only are you going to pay for this, but you've got to run out and buy this to properly play this through. Sure, you can fake it with you know, basic miniatures or whatever, and as long as you have the cards that come in with it. But really, I mean, thematically, you're going to want all this stuff because it's going to play into it. And some of these things are oversized miniatures that are going to play into it. Sure, you're going to get some cards, and you're going to get some newer stuff in here. You're going to get some beautiful tokens and two pieces that are going to go for it, which are two-sided, of course, and glorious. And you're going to get your Doom your track for the Nightwars. The real thing that really stands out here is the quest book itself. Okay. Again, new enemies. Well, you got to go buy those enemies. This is what you get in here. You don't get those, but you're going to need these, and it makes sense to get those because they're going to play a big part. I mean, if you got all the other miniatures, why are you going to fake it and do something else? You're going to want all the great stuff that comes with this. Again, the good part of this is more story, which is glorious, really talking about the different characters, how they come into place, and the Nightwars itself, doing the purge, the savage, the pillage, and trying to start your quest, succeeding at your quest, failing at your quest, new rules, huge hostiles. Well, you're going to need those huge hostiles unless you want just to put a big giant block, maybe power supply in there, like that one there, in there, and move that around there. You're going to have different tables, and you know, I don't want to ruin everything. Your purge journeys, your sabotage journeys, your sabotage maps, your pillage journeys, and then you're going to have your stages of decapitation journeys, haven defense, which is glorious unto itself, crises. You're going to be able to read those. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, so I'm just going to keep moving here because there's a lot going on here. Carmilla's Doom, Thirst Awakens. I mean, look, this just looks glorious and beautiful. Desperate Frenzy, the Final Showdown. You're getting all your pieces involved here, which is just glorious. Your event tables and stuff like this. This thing is just invaluable and just adds a whole bunch to it. But I mean, what are we thinking here? What are we thinking by forcing us to have to go out and get this? It makes no sense whatsoever. $200 plus all this stuff. Why didn't you just have a bigger box, add the miniatures in, and do it? Go figure. Go figure. Let's go up top and get my thoughts. I'll continue on with this rant. Sweet Mother of God. Okay. I couldn't wait to get my hands on this. And when I walked in there, You know, the guy goes, he had 2 left. And I go, oh, can I have one of those? He goes, sure, Rob, sure. Hands it to me. He goes, well, let you know something. You've got to buy these figures, and I don't have them in stock. I'll bring them in if you want. And I stood there stunned for a minute. I go, I don't understand. He goes, you have to buy about close to $200 worth of miniatures in order to make this work. Or you can just use quarters or whatever you want to do. You know, and it gives you all the cards and everything. I go, well, I think I would want the figures, especially since, you know, the base set came with the figures. Why wouldn't you put the figures in the expansion? I mean, it makes no sense to me whatsoever. Granted, you know, the real thing that you're buying here is more story, more everything in this fantastic quest book and rule book, because there's some new rules in there. Everything is quality, as usual. Games Workshop, you are going to get the best quality in the world. But I don't understand who stood up in the meeting and goes, hey, you know something? Yeah, let's do it this way. And everybody just stood there and go, that's brilliant. I mean, if any one of us were there, they would go, wait a minute, you're going to make people go out and buy $200 worth of miniature? Why not just include it and up the price of the expansion? I wonder how many people would have just stood there with their mouths open. You know, I am, and here's the thing. You know, because I'm a little outspoken, they will never sponsor you know, do like they do with a lot of other channels. Okay, that you know, people that'll just go, oh, it's okay, I won't talk bad about GW. It's one of my favorite companies, and yet you know, I gotta call it when I see it. This is insanity. Why would you not? You know, and I the thing is, I am faithful to Warhammer. I always will be. It's just built in my DNA. It's one of the first games I've ever played, and will continue to play. Half this shelf is just filled with the stuff compared to what I have in the storage unit. You know, I have the entire library, and it doesn't matter. I'm looking at Warcry, another version of that, which we'll go over very soon, that I picked up as well. And some other surprises that you saw a lot. Well, you saw the live thing that I did, Masters of the Universe, that we got over there. But, you know, I went there for this. And for me, this is probably one of the most confusing things that they have ever done. Why would you not include the miniatures in here? Okay? It's mind-boggling. Was it a cost, or was it rushed out? And I don't want everybody, you know, I'm praying that a lot of these channels don't go crazy and go, Games Workshop should have never put this out. Because you know what they'll do? They'll never make another expansion as long as they live. Okay? And I don't want that, because I love Warhammer Quest. And every incarnation, from Blackstone Fortress to the Cursed City, to the other 2 that they did, and of course, you know, I keep on praying that they'll, you know, reprint 95. I really do, because it's printing money. But if you're looking to get people to buy more stuff, just put it in a box. Add a couple, maybe a couple. I mean, the story looks fantastic. I was kind of going, oh wow, this really. But I got to get the figures. And it's frustrating, and it's a head scratcher, because to me this is kind of useless until I get those figures, and it's kind of disappointing. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, or they just I'm just happy to have an expansion for Cursed City, see more content. But why would you put out something without putting the miniatures in the box? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't understand it. I think it's bad business. You're charging $50 to $60 for this box, okay? And then you have to go get anywhere from $150 to another thing. That's almost as much as the original game was. Do you see what they're doing? You're buying a whole bunch of stuff for less, okay? A lot less. You're getting a lot less and still paying almost the same money that you paid for the entire box set. Where does this equate? It's madness. They've got to fix their business practices a little bit. But I'm talking to the wall. Start thinking about the people. People will follow you into the sea, okay, like the Pied Piper. But just do the right things. Do the smart things, okay? And it just doesn't make any sense anymore to some degree. This is just sad and upsetting. It's not even upsetting. I'll make it work. I'll get the figures. Of course I will. Of course I will. Because inside there's a lot of great content. This box set is Sybil. Okay? And one set, you've got all this great story and everything, and on the other side, you're going, what? I have to go buy this? I mean, that's just the way I feel about it. Maybe other people feel differently. I don't know. I can only speak from what an old fart like myself can say. But, boy, I hope they keep making these things, but I hope they're a little bit smarter in the future. Let's only hope. All right? Let's only hope. I don't know what to say. But until next time, it's your old pal Rob. Warhammer Quest, Cursed City, Nightwars, real head scratcher. But in some ways I'm excited, and in some ways I'm enraged. And that's the best way to put it. Until next time, we'll see you soon.